Hi everyone, good morning. Thank you for tuning to our last series of the 5 love languages of children today. I'm Delphine here. I'm a working mom of 3 lovely kids. Then with me, I have Jennifer with me, and
Hello, everyone.
we have our special invited guest, Catherine, today online
Hello,
with us.
everyone.
Hi. Catherine is actually a full-time stay-at-home mom with 4 fantastic kids. So she's also an online digital entrepreneur. Before she actually became a full-time stay-at-home mom, she was actually a senior manager in an MNC company. So we have invited her on this series to get her to share how she incorporate the love languages to build the amazing bond with 4 fantastic kids of different ages. They are age 12, 16, 12, 7, and the youngest one is actually 20 months only. So let's welcome
Yeah.
Catherine. And Catherine, do share with our audience more about yourself.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rafin and Jennifer, for this invitation. Very honored to be on your interview. Yeah. So, I am a mother of four. So, I'm actually full time stay home mom now, to my 4 kids and also a digital entrepreneur. Yeah. So, in fact, I left my corporate work last December and started this online business. So I'm actually in this business for almost 9 months now. Yeah, almost 9 months now. Yep. Yeah. So I think definitely mentioned I have 4 kids. So the eldest one is 16. My girl, who is also doing PSLE, today is the first day of PSLE and she is 12. So I also have 7 years old and 20 months. 3 boys and one
Three
girl.
boys, one girl.
Yes.
Very great.
Yeah.
Catherine, was there actually, from working to being a stay-at-home mom, and you have 4 kids, which is actually, not easy, I would say, because with 3 for
Mm.
myself, I would think it is really a handful. So was there any moment that during your parenthood that you wish that you can actually, give your child more expression of their love languages, their preferred love languages? And then what was your struggle then?
Yeah.
Because 4 different age, they will have different type of
Correct.
love languages.
Different needs,
Yeah.
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 Correct. So I actually have in fact, I have a teenager, I have a preteens, I have a
Mm,
toddler, and also a schoolgoer. So it's
mm,
all 4 of them are at different stage of their life.
yeah.
I mean, growing up stage now. So, my parenting skill towards the 4 is also different. So to be very honest, a lot of people think that, you're a mother of 4, you got a lot of experience, with parents. So actually not true because as we go through parenthood, right, we are also learning at the same time.
Yeah.
In fact, all my 4 different kids have 4 different character. Really,
Mm,
it's all 4 different character. So I have introvert, I got extrovert, I got the happy go lucky one.
mm,
Yeah, and the youngest, I can't tell now, but I think he's also the happy go lucky type lah. Yeah, so given that they have all different type of personality, right? So
mm,
my communication method to them also needs to adjust.
yeah.
Right. So actually, if you ask me, talking about what were my struggle, I struggle a lot with my
Mm,
number one. Very honestly, I struggle with him a lot because at that point of time, new parents, first time mother,
mm,
and also at that time, to be very honest, I was very busy at work. I was very busy with my work, so I wouldn't I would say this is like a mom guilt now lah because I spent very little time with my eldest one because after I gave birth to him, I started to travel for my
oh,
job. So
mm,
I got my 3 month maternity leave. Then after that, I straight away go back to work. But the moment I go back to work, I have to start traveling. So most of the time, he is in my mom's and my hubby care lah. Yeah. So, but at that time, because he's still young, I was like, only 20, late 20s, and then and
mm,
your career peak, and happened that just nice that I also have my family support to help me look after the kids. So, I spent, I mean, now I think I cannot really remember much of his, the
the
baby
growing stage
growing
lah,
stage.
hitting all the
Yeah,
milestones. Mm,
correct. So the relationship with him was more it's more distance I mean compared to my 3 other kids. Yeah, because of the way we interacted when he was younger, right? So because
mm,
most of the time mommy not around yeah,
mm,
so most of the time he will go to amma, or even the kaka. I think he's closer to the
yeah, yeah,
helper,
got me.
compared to me. Yeah, so actually that was one of my regrets, to be very honest. Because I feel that I miss out a lot of, his precious moment, during this growing stage. There was I think you should also share, there was also once where he actually told me, when we were attending my third number three graduation, the K2 graduation,
Ah,
he told me, hey mommy, you didn't attend my K2 graduation, right? He remembered, yeah, so it was like, wow, that moment really, wow, the words coming out from me, it really
yeah.
strikes. It's not just a guilt, but
Mm,
you feel that, wow, it's like I have not done enough as a mom, that kind of thing. It's
yeah.
like, such a big event, how can you miss? He was just say, I remember you never come to my graduation, but it was true because back then I was stuck in Europe because of the crowd ash, right? The ash,
Ah, ah.
volcano ash incident. So
Mm.
no flight was allowed. So couldn't get any flight out in a month, out from Europe back home. So I was
Oh,
stuck in Europe for that 1 month. Yeah. So
mm,
that was that situation back then. Lah. So in a way, yeah, I miss out, on all this. Yeah. Then coming, fast forward a little bit to my second and
mm,
third born, I stopped traveling as much as I used to for, after I have my second and third, because I requested from the company, it's possible if I don't mind to support locally, but
mm.
at times I still need to travel. So, yeah, so I have been doing this like for 18 months. Sorry, 18 years. Sorry, not 18 months. Sorry, 18 years. So you can just imagine, the lifestyle that I have, because
Mm.
Yes.
actually a lot of people will envy me. Wow, your job very good, you get to travel,
Travel
do different.
here.
Yeah,
Fly here,
but
fly there.
yeah,
Mm.
it is true at that very early stage of my career. I really enjoy this work a lot because I get to travel to different parts of the country. I mean, different part of the world, right?
Travel.
I mean, I've been to
Mm.
US, I've been to Europe, I've even been to Brazil before because of my job. So a lot of people will think that, wow, you really got a very wonderful job. But deep inside me is like, after I have my third, especially after I have my third boy,
Mm.
right? The when I'm at work, I don't feel at ease already because it's like there's so many things that you will want to do with them, or you want to quickly finish out your work and rush back,
Mm. Your
so
heart
that
is
you
at
can
home.
attend. Correct. So yeah, because when at the initial when I started my career, usually weekend because only one child, you will extend your weekend and look around, in a
Mm.
new country, right? Yeah, that's what a lot of people will do. But after a period of time, like after especially having three kids back then, yeah, I stopped doing that because the moment Friday hits Friday, I just book the earliest ticket out, the earliest flight out of the country. Yeah, because there's so many things waiting for me to do at home, right? Because sometimes
Yes,
they need
yes.
my, consent to do this. They need my, my physical self to be present to do some registration and stuff like that. Yeah, so in a way, it's like, to me, I don't enjoy this kind of job style anymore, right? The job
Mm.
scope no longer suits
No
me.
longer.
So yeah. So I was lucky when came number four, when my company had some travel freeze already back then, and I also pregnant. So I managed to stay around in Singapore for that 1 2 year lah. That was the later part in my career. So that was the time where I really feel, wow, this is the kind of job, I don't mind, I want to work at home, I want to be around my kids. Yeah. And even though I am not doing much, but at least I see them, in the house, right?
Yeah, you see them
I
going
see
up,
them.
lah.
Correct,
Every
correct. I
milestone
still
that
see
you
them. I
see.
still get to see them, right? So
And they get to see
yeah,
you
so
as well. Yeah, it's very important.
precisely, precisely. So yeah, so that is actually my struggle, why I also decided to take a break, from this corporate work, because also this year is my eldest critical year and my second born critical year or exam year. Then one is doing O level, one is doing PSLE. So I thought it's a good time for me to actually take a break, and be with them. And also with the pandemic, coming in with all the disruption and stuff. So yeah, so I'm glad I make the decision to be around at home, because really this year is, yeah, there's a lot of up and downs,
Yeah,
and
correct, lah.
I really
They
feel that
need
their
the
studies
moral
are affected.
support of the mom
Correct.
actually beside them.
Yes. Correct.
Mm.
Correct. Yeah. So yeah. So
Otherwise, your
actually
first one
there's
will
a
say,
lot.
"Mommy, you missed my O level again."
Yeah, when I going through, I doing oral with him, right? You know what my eldest told me? He said, "Hey, like why you never teach me when I'm in primary school? Now I O level, then you come and teach me, ah.
That's why the I think the the presence of the mom actually with the
Correct.
kid is
Yes.
very important. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be very honest, our my relationship with my elder boy really become closer once I stopped working and started this online business, because I can be around for him. I mean, like he come back, at least he will share with me what happened in school today, and I can be around, and sometimes we will just watch Netflix together over the weekend. I just Squid Game right now is like the
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
yeah,
yes,
the,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
the hot thing. So usually
Mm.
Saturday, Sunday, we will just, our family will just, watch, a series of two lah. So at least, the relationship is closer, so much closer now.
I
Yeah.
think you enjoy this time rather than you travel around the world.
Oh,
Although you can
definitely,
see more, but
definitely.
this type of time is you can never get it back. But lucky lah for
Correct.
you is like it's never too late because you have
True.
already started to do your planning
Yeah.
for it. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially as a mom, after you have kids, I think your priority change, right? Your priority change.
Yes. Yes.
Families, your children, their needs
Mm.
come first. Yeah. So
Mm.
everything we do is actually, putting their interests, ahead of us. Yeah.
But I agree with you when you say that initially first child usually we don't care so much in a way. Yeah, actually that is something I think it's all mom's guilt lah. We
Mm,
never know, we will never regret. Just like what you
mm,
say, you will never know until the second or third child, then you start to have that regret or guilt,
true.
that you're not
Yeah.
there. Yeah, so that's why new parents is actually best to look into this. For our
Mm.
audience, whoever just had their first kid or planning for family, it's always great. Take Catherine as a very good example. She's telling you your experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Don't
we know
be
like
don't be away from your child. Yeah.
yeah, don't be away.
Yeah.
Yes, the physical presence is very important,
Very
right?
important. Yes.
And like
Mm,
you say, four of them is so different. The type of love languages that they need are also so different. So
yeah.
I mean, we hear from Catherine like why she decided to join this online business because this is like really like critical year for your two kids and how things have changed, right? Particularly with the older one, which I
Right.
think is awesome because it's not easy to so-called create back that bonding, that bond with teenagers.
Yeah.
So maybe if we could also ask you, right? We know why you want to join this business.
Yeah.
When you also join, what were you planning to achieve out of this online business?
Okay. Actually, to be very honest, initially when I left my corporate job, right, I didn't have any intention of doing any online business. I can tell you very honestly, because back then I was just exploring and looking around. But what I was really looking for is a business that I can actually run from home, right? I want to work from home. That was the intention, right? So I still want to continue to contribute to the family financial income, and yet I can actually be around and be around for the kids. So I happened to chance upon this online business in last December. Um, I can share a little bit of how I started. So I actually saw my mentor ads on Facebook. So I was very curious. So I was thinking, like this working person can run this as a side hustle, because she has a full time job. So I chit chat with her online a little bit and asked her, hey, what is it exactly this online business is all about? So she actually referred me to watch a 90 minutes webinar. I'm glad I did that actually.
Yes.
So um after watching the webinar, so I went back to approach her again and ask her actually, what is it all about, and actually how do I actually get started, right? So as I explore more, I start to realize that actually this online business has very great potential, and what really attract me is that you don't have to spend a lot of time on this business because of the automated system, right? And that is the part where it's very important for me because I have 4 kids, right? So time is very important for me. So if I have an automated system that can run my business, at the background, while I actually, can still manage, the household thing, then it's really beneficial for me. It's really what I
Yes.
wanted, I wish
Right.
for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so having said that, then yeah, so all this happened, and then coincidentally, and yeah, now I'm doing this online business for 9 months now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So
Awesome. I
you
mean,
run and chase after your little one while your business running as well.
right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
So while you're yeah, right, when you're running, right, literally with your kids, your business is
Yeah.
literally running as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
correct.
Yeah, so really, Catherine, I really want to thank you for sharing with us and our
Yeah.
audience about this part, because I think hearing from Catherine, who is a career woman, become a job quitter, then now become a stay-at-home now, and turned into a very successful digital business owner. I mean, this is so awesome because it clearly shows that our priorities change at different phases of life.
Mm.
And as mothers, we all don't want to miss out our children's life, right? Because once time is gone, we can never get back. And like what Catherine said, it comes to a point where she realized that, hey, my son seems to be closer than to grandma or even my helper instead of mother. So
Yeah.
I guess that happens a lot to many of us. And that's why we all have that mom's guilt. I think very importantly, many of us, including myself last time, I felt that nothing can be done because this seems to be way of
Mm.
life. But same for Catherine and Delphine, for me, I also felt that ever since I came to know about this online business, there is a choice. There is a
Mm.
choice for us to explore something differently, um, as long as we open our heart to another door of opportunity.
Mm.
So it is really something that's quite possible. I mean, look at our role model here, Catherine. She's always around for her kids at home, yet she's able to contribute to the family. So I think this is something I think all mothers really hope
Mm.
to achieve. Because we, as much as we want to be around for our kids, money and putting meals to the table, food to the table is equally important.
Yep.
So it all starts, like you say, with a complimentary webinar. So if let's say you are interested to find out more, please, connect with either one of us, or you can just, register for a complete webinar at any one of our web link here. Yeah. So I think with that, I just want to share that today is actually our last episode for this Five Love Languages series. I really like to thank everyone who has been following us. Yeah, and once again, I want to thank our guest today, Catherine, and also Delphine for hosting co-host with me this session. Do continue to follow us on our Facebook page, and and you can look forward to our upcoming series. Yeah. So once again, thank you for
Thank you,
watching.
Catherine.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
then stay
Yeah.
Thank
safe.
you.
Thank you, Catherine, once
Yeah.
again.
No worries.
Yeah,
Thank you for inviting me. Thanks. Then.
it's an
Yeah.
Thank
honor.
you.
Thank
Okay
you.
then,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye
Okay. Bye
Bye.
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 Yeah.